Someone was asking me something. I don't know. Please, yes,
Yes, I was having a question. Yes, am I audible, sir?
yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So if you go to that table view, sir, please, where the data you
This now.
imported, the data you imported for the months.
Oh, okay. This one.
Yeah. So when we load this, we have to take care of months should be sorted already in the Excel, and then we load it here, and then you put the index field or how? I
No,
mean, we
no,
should take care of the sorting very first before loading.
no. See, okay. So, uh, month you can write in any way, but
Mhm.
generally, how do we write the months? Do when you have a data in Excel? I don't think so. You will ever go with this kind of thing that first you write Feb, then you write April, and then you write Jan, something. But even if you have written the data like this,
Mhm.
or you're going to give them the numbers. So
Yeah.
see this now. Let's say this is the vision, and now you have these seeds. Yes. So BI have no problem in basically storing this information. Yeah, when you go and take this data in the BI, the data will look like this only. But when you go and create an access on this, then obviously the order will not be the way we want, because we always want that first the Jan should come in the x-axis, then Feb, and then the March, right? So here you will find the order in a different way. Why? Because these are not dates. If I try to use the option in the BI sort the axis ascending order, what will happen? April will come first because it's A. After April, it look for B and then C and so on. So my point is that now in this particular case, if this is the data, okay, so there we go. So let's say this is my data: Feb, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah. So we have how many? 11. Which one is left? Uh, Jan, Feb, and the March. March is it, sorry, April.
Me.
Yes. So happy nobody's sleeping in the class. So this is the table. And now let me go and try to do one thing. Let me copy this. Let me go back here. Let's see that. Let's go here um, in the home tab and enter the data. Enter the data. I don't want to import the data. Enter the data. Okay. I go here and I say Control V. Remember, I was telling you that I'll tell you one day. No, I think today is the day. So you can copy and paste also, right? So it's a small data. We can do that. So this is done. This is your question. And let's load the data. Now let's have this question get answered. Okay. Now you see, so fundamentally, it's a good question. I don't want that any confusion should be there. See, guys, one thing is, let me tell you, Power BI is so big. Every tool is so big. That I'm teaching many topics since 2013. But these are such a big topics that you can never actually go and say that I finished it. No, this is always a learning. But the problem is that when the fundamentals are not clear, that is the demotivation thing. That is the way you stop and you stop learning. If the fundamentals are good, then let it be anything. Let it be any new tax coming or any new thing. You are always like on your this the self gear. Anyways, so your question is here. Now you see what he actually has asked, that if I put the, let's say, the months in this way, and now again, if we go and create the axis, you will not find the months sorted, right? You will not, because if you try to sort the axis over there, again the same thing happens. April, and then the other values. Now the point here is that this month you can have this in any way. It has nothing to do with the issue, the sorting, right? The only thing which matters here is the one that you have to make sure it should be the correct one is if you want the sorting to be done when in the ascending order, you want the Jan should be the first one in your axis, which generally is always 100%, and that is what we want, right? So you have to create something, I mean, the number here against the Jan, which should be the smallest one. Now, in this particular case, because my data is like this, right? If I go to the Power Query, and I say I can just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it? If I go and create the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the column, at the index, right? What will happen now? Good question. The Feb will have 1 and the Jan will have 3. If I sort the data month based on the index and then create the visual, the February will come first, which is wrong. Jan will not come. First the Feb will come and then the April. This is exactly what I wanted to actually cover after troubleshooting this month, that it's not about the months. You can have the customized criteria also, the categories also, the way you want to see. For example, if I go and say clothes, okay? Many times you don't want to sort the order in ascending, descending alphabetically. You want your own thing. You want first football, then hockey, then badminton, then something, and then something, right? So you just have to put them in the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So sorting will happen accordingly. Close and apply. What happened? I'm here. So now you see, this is what you have, right? You select this tab and you say, okay, I want to sort you by which column? By index column. Index is already number. You can see the numbers are always on the right side. Okay, I have done this, right? Now what will happen? Now, if I will go and, create the visual from that table, let's create this one, right? So where is that? Your question. Yeah. So now I say, I want to see the month and I want to see the score. See this, right? So sorting happens. Sorting is right. It's your mistake that you put the Jan in the third index, right? So when you ask me that, is it important for me to put the Jan first and then Feb? Yes, because that is going to help you when you go and create the index like this. Otherwise, the solution is, if let's say this data you're taking there, then start writing here like 1 and 2 and then 3, 4, 5 like this, so that the sorting can happen accordingly. And if it is not about this particular thing, it is not about this thing now. So for example, you have a team here, okay, and you have, say, players. So see this, both shooting. So that you have this. If you go and sort this data in the ascending order, what will happen? I want to sort the data based on B. My data has headers actually. Yeah, it's A to C, right? This is how it is going to happen, right? Now, or descending, whatever. Now you say that no, this is not what I want. Because you see, when you go and drag something in the Power BI, axis will be created on the x-axis. I don't know now how those items will be displayed, each category or whatever, it just comes, right? Categories comes, but it doesn't mean that I can't customize. Now, if you say that I want first football, or maybe something, let's say I want first kabaddi, right? I want this kabaddi, and then I want the swimming, and then I want this shooting, and then shooting, that's the spelling of shooting, and football, for example. This is what you want in the x-axis. This is how you want to see your report. So you just have to make sure this should have number 1, this 2, and 3, and 4. In Excel, it is easy for you to do, but let's say you don't want to do that in the Power Query, we can also do. So for example, let me take you. So I'm just going to keep them just these. Okay. Copy. Let's see the time. Manual data, if I have to paste from anywhere, I can do this. Enter data, new thing for you. Sometimes it's required. if you want to do some calculation. So see, this is now how it is. Okay. And I'll say question 2. Okay. Of course, on sort. Load the data. Now, so once you have this data, you can just say if we can use the if condition, right? We can use the if condition. Like I can go in the home tab, because sometimes if your data is in text file, then how will you do that? In Excel you can write, but in text file you can't, isn't it? Or maybe the data is coming from SQL server or some database. You can't go there, but you have the data there. And now the problem is there. So you should know how to do this in Power Query also, right? So we can simply go and say add column, but I will not use this 1, 2, 3 now, because I want first the tennis and then kabaddi and then football, let's say. And then there can be other also. So what you have to actually do is you have to use this conditional column. Conditional column actually is nothing. It's a if condition. It's a if condition. Okay. So here I will simply say that if the column, the team is equals to football or tennis, his sensitivity matters. Add clause. Again, team equals to, if the team is, it's very easy. As you can see, self-guided tool. If it is kabaddi, then 2. Okay. Otherwise nothing is left. So I can just write here 3 also. If you have more conditions, I mean, that's why I removed those, because then I had to use all those 7, 8 times if. So that's why I removed the other things. So custom is my, this header. I will not change the name. You can, if you want. I press OK. I'll make sure that it should be a number. Right now, there's no data type here. It's mix. ABC 1, 2, 3 means it's mix. So I'll simply go and change this to in the home tab, or I can click here as well. I mean, it's a shortcut for me. Whole number. Yes. This is very important. So once I have done this, what will happen? I hope now you have understood. So this gives you more power. It's not about Jan, Feb, and March, that the way I want. It can be applied on any category. Any category if you are interested in looking at that category from some specific way, right? So once you have this team, select the team piece here. Now you need not to worry about these, that why 3 is coming here. It should be 1. No, because when the sorting happens in the background, sorting will naturally happens like 1, 2, and 3, right? So you can have 100 also, 101, 102 also. We just need the numbers. So you sort this by the custom. Okay. This we do in the Power BI window here, right? Working on it. Okay. It has done its job. Now, if I use this, where is it? Yeah. So now I'm going to see that what's going to happen here. So team is there and the players. So I'm going to see the player, for example, like this. So are we getting the right result? So let's see. I forgot actually. Yeah, tennis and then kabaddi and then football, right? So this is how your sorting issue, descending, ascending, whatever is sorted out. So it's not just for Jan, Feb, March, or maybe, I mean, any day like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It can be applied on anything. We just have to make sure it should have the sorting value should be a number, and the axis that we want, the first, it should actually be, it should have the lowest value. If I have to sort axis in my way, then we need to create a column values like 1, 2, 3, etc., and ensuring the x-axis category that we need to see first, the lowest value. In this case, it is 1. because you can give 100, 102, 103 as well. Any number you can give. So this is how it is. And we can do this in Power Query or anywhere. It is to job is to give them unique numbers. And then in BI column and sort it the field that has these indexes. Okay. Now, last thing about this is that more examples on sorting issue. Okay, sorting. Okay, now I'll give you one more thing. See this now. So let's say this is what we have created, right? This is a list we have created. I'll use another list. For example, this is the one. So I say, yeah, so we'll say Jan. Again, I use the same thing. Suppose this is what you have in your table. See this. And let's say these are the players or then sales, for example. And this is your zone, for example. This is your example. This is my data, right? I copy this data. Let's go to the Power BI. Enter the data and click here, Control V. Okay, so this is again question 3. Sorry. Okay, let me load the data. What I want to tell you now is, now you see here, let's say we have this data. Yeah, this is my data, right? Now I again have the same thing that I want to put this in the Jan, Feb, March way, right? So now what will happen in this case? Because you see you have a lot of entries with the same month, isn't it? Because now the Jan, if you use the index option, Jan will have one, and then somewhere here, the Jan will have another value, which is what? I think 13. What do you say? Isn't it? So let's go and see that. Because again, I have to create the index because this is again the month issue. So I prefer saying add column, please give me the index, which is from 1 to whatever. So now you see index will be created, right? But this time now, the Jan will have 1 and then the Jan will have 13 also. Are you getting my point? Right? And then the Feb also, March also, they all have the different values. So, but one thing is again sure that in this process, Jan is always, I mean, if you see this Jan, this is 1. And if you compare with this, with the months coming from the north, it has the smallest value. And if you go here, then in the east, again, it has the smallest value, which is 13. But this Jan, if you compare it with the previous month, December, which is from a different region, it has the highest, the higher value, bigger value. So how the Power Query is going to do that? How the Power Query is going to treat this entire thing, isn't it? Because now we have the months repetition. So let's close and apply, because this can also be a issue. Now, first of all, let's go here. This is what I want. So I select the month, sort the index. Yes, we can't sort the month. There can't be more than one value in the index. And if I would have just said it, not by showing you this real problem, I'm sure you won't have got it, right? So that's why I thought, let me create some that sort of data, because this problem has given me a headache when I was learning, right? Obviously, then it took some time, but I'm saving your time. We can't sort the month column by index. It says I can't sort it. Oh, why? There can't be more than one value in the index for the same value in the month. Now, when you don't understand this error seems impossible to, understand. But once you know the problem, then this makes a lot of sense. Like, I can understand this. Please choose a different column for sorting. What actually it says, see, I'm going to sort the value, but what you're actually doing is for the same value of the month, you are using different indexes that I cannot allow. And this is the problem. So if I select the Jan here, or any month you can select, isn't it? You'll find that we have the different indexes starting from the 4th. Got the point? So what is the solution? Solution is simple. Let's have all these as 4. April has to be 4. You can't give the different values. Okay? Because you see, one thing is clear. I cannot go and remove the data. I can't delete the data. Data is there. Data we can't delete, isn't it? So we have to think of the other perspectives. So what I will do, once I understand the problem, understood the issue, I'll go here, right? Again, I can do this in Excel very quickly. But as I said, you should know these things because not every time you will have the data from Excel. So this index which I've created here, we don't need this index. Okay. I'll simply say, okay, so what I will do, I will simply go and use the again, the condition statement. So what I'm going to do, I'll quickly go and say add clause, add clause, add clause. If you know the Power Query coding, M code, this will, again, save some time, but this is okay. Such things does not matter. After all, you're creating a report, dashboard, So first of all, I'll have the month, what time activity I can do. May. There's another way of doing it, don't worry. Just in terms of the features, but in this, you can see here, you have to do this. So we have November, and I think add clause, rest is December. So let me put all the values starting from, let's make sure the spellings are correct. Your Jan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. All right. And then 11. Fantastic. Click OK. Wow, this is cool. Now you can see the Jan. They all have the same value, right? But number, right? Then close and apply. Okay. Right. So now every Jan is, for me, is 1. They have given a unique number. Select the month and go in the column tools and select the data by custom field. It should allow me now, isn't it? Yes, it has allowed me. If it didn't, then honestly speaking, I didn't know what to do then. Okay, so now once this is done, let's create this. Where is this the one, right? So let's use any axis you can use. I'm just using this for my ease. So we have the month, we have the score. Right? And count of score. Okay, so my score has some problem. Can we check? Okay, sorry. What I'm doing? Question number 3. It actually has sales. Okay, sorry. Question number 3. Oh, no mistake, sorry. Okay, so this is the one. Perfect. Am I right or not? Yes. It's working. Right. So anytime your company say, can we show May, June, July in this way? Not the way we want. Well, you can always say, yes, we can. just customize it. Okay, so let's now meet next weekend and please have a practice. I'll give you one test also. Surprise test will happen. I don't know the date. Okay, so here what we discussed. So we have a different situation here with regards to sounding the month axis. Here, each month is appearing 10 times, right? Jan for different regions, right? So by allocating the index via Power Query, we have same month with different values. Like Jan here, then somewhere here the Jan, east. And check the data also, but I'll give you some preview of that, the data, how it is. So we have east, so like this. So what happened here? This becomes 1. This becomes, 2, and this becomes 3, for example, like this. And Power Query and BI says, not have that or same value. Jan cannot have 1 and 3 and so on for other months. So our approach was to use the if condition Power Query and allocating all Jan rows the same value, which is 1. Perfect. It's 2. Right. That is how this was worked out. Okay, so done. And please download the recording from here. Okay. Right click, save as, and just keep that on your folder. Save that on your folder. Thank you so much, guys. Happy weekend.